Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Rob.
We're going to be doing a show called Unmasking America because we want to talk about how we want to see the world change.
Well, basically, it was his idea to come up with a video of the way we view things. Like, me and him have been best friends for a long time, and we both have very different views. So we decided to put it into a show and maybe have some of the viewers watch us, and maybe you might agree, maybe you don't. But this is great to have some feedback, and maybe we're not alone as far as our views. I'm more of a guy that doesn't believe in a government, and he's more of a guy that believes we should have one.
For certain aspects.
As far as, I don't know if anybody's been following the political campaign. I don't follow government or political campaigns. I don't believe in the government. I don't vote, nor do I care to. But he does. So I'm going to hand you the helm for a minute. Just discuss it.
Well, I believe it's important, in certain aspects, to have a government, because I believe without it, we have no idea what people are going to do or what they're capable of,
So do you believe if we had if we didn't have a government, that people would just go completely chaotic and start destroying everything? Cut. Fought. That was perfect.
What?
The dog. Just keep on going. Alright.
I do think that we
Keep going.
I'll hold the toys for the dog to play with.
That's Eric. He's off-camera
Just cut that out.
kind of producer thing. Go ahead. Keep talking.
we don't know how certain people are going to act once they finally have once they finally have the oppression of the government off of them.
Well, let me ask you all a question. Now, if one day the government just bit the bullet, we did away with them, there's no government, how are you as a person, as a human being? Are you going to go out there and cause chaos and destruction, destroy people's homes, steal?
I'm not going to, but I can't speak for everyone else.
Well, you can't, but would you do that? Personally, I wouldn't do that, and I don't think anybody we know personally would do something like that. And I don't know if any of the viewers would do that. It's kind of like The Purge. That's not going to happen. I don't believe it is. Some people may try to get away with stuff, but for the most part, I think people are pretty disciplined now, and they can, teach their kids and families, discipline. I don't believe that we need a government. I believe we can still use public services like police officers and stores and everything else, but yet we don't. We pay taxes.
Well, I agree with that. And we pay too many taxes.
We pay way too many taxes. And what services are we getting? We're paying for services that we don't even pay for, that we don't even want. Okay? We don't even want half the services they're giving us. We don't want them, But yet, when we find out, hey, where's the money going? And the more you make, the more they take out of your paycheck every week. And me, for instance, about $100 a week comes out of me, maybe a little more. And it's like $100 may not be a lot for some people, but it is for me, trying to make my way in life.
Yeah. Well, when you're trying to make ends meet nowadays, because of the way this economy is, that's a lot of money,
So
there used to be a point where they wouldn't take that much money out.
Right. So the idea is,
as inflation goes up, these are the
what if
things
there
that
was
are
no
happening.
taxes? What if there was no taxes? We would have money to pay, for medicine and have more money for food. I don't get why, yes, I was on, food stamps and I needed EBT help when I didn't have a job. I was looking for work. It's hard out there, But the thing is, once I got myself a job, I got off of it and I didn't stay on it. I didn't look for excuses to stay on it, and neither should everyone else. Everybody should work. I think everybody should work.
So do you think that too many people, well, obviously this is true, we know too many people are abusing the system.
Absolutely. I do believe in that. And us as American people, this country is supposed to be governed for the people, by the people, and I don't see that happening. And this is the reason why I don't want a government anymore. It's the opposite of what was put out there in the beginning when all this stuff was made up with our forefathers, coming up with the government. Like the judgment of your peers and everything else, with court and everything else. You're not even friends with these people. Half of them, these rules were made when towns were small. They weren't big like they are now. They were really small and everybody knew everybody kind of thing. And over time, things have changed.
I have a perfect example of how they extort money, actually. I had a couple parking tickets. They became overdue. Next thing you know, it goes from like $60 to $362.
Right.
And I'm like, where am I going to come up with the money to pay for this?
Right. It's robbery.
And all they do is charge you to park everywhere in my town.
I mean,
I should say.
I mean, who did you
Used to be your town,
who
too.
did you vote for? Who are you voting for the United States presidency?
Right now, I'm in a tough bind, to be honest with you. I was leaning towards Hillary, but I'm seeing that Trump isn't really as bad as they say he is.
He's controversial. That's the thing.
That's part of the reason I don't like him. I don't agree with everything he says and does, and I don't like the controversy part.
Right.
But, like you said, he's just trying to get America to stand up for themselves, and which we should have been doing from the start.
Right.
We wouldn't be in this mess
Because
to
our money
begin
and our
with.
tax money is going to stuff that we don't want to pay for. Like people say,
politicians.
"Oh, we need
rich.
to put it into the military." We don't need to put it into the military. We need to get those people out of there. We need to live our own life, take care of what's going on in our home, here in our own country, not everywhere else. Because I don't see anybody else helping us out. You know, we're always helping them, and we got all these. You know, I hate to say this. I mean, refugees coming in and out, whatever. And what Donald Trump's trying to say, he's not trying to say, I hate Muslims or anything else. He doesn't like the radical ones, the ones that cause destruction and pain and killing people.
Nobody likes terrorists.
Right. He wants to target the terrorists, not Muslim people. Me personally, I love Muslim people. I love all kinds of people. Sometimes I just don't agree with the way their beliefs are, but it doesn't mean that I hate them as people. I don't believe that everyone else believes, and neither do you.
So what you're saying is the media is just basically twisting around what he said.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Just like they might be doing it to Hillary too. She's not completely a bad apple, but
they're not really twisting her words in bad ways. That's the problem.
Right.
The media is actually favoring her. They're actually
this country is concerned about making history. They're not concerned about what's good for the country. And that's the reason why I don't vote, because they don't care about us. They care about themselves.
I hate to say that. I got sucked into that last election, too, with Obama.
Right.
I was more concerned with this having a black president. I wasn't listening to what Ron Paul was saying.
Right, because everybody wants to be in the history books, so they can say, where were you, when this happened, or where were you when Obama was elected president, because it was a history maker. For sure. But it doesn't mean that his views might have been the best. I personally don't hate Obama. I think he was a good president.
I would take 4 more years of him before I'd take any of these other two, to be honest with you.
But the problem is...
Honestly, I think this is an insult to our intelligence, this election, to be honest with you.
Right, so you're pretty much trying to pick two...
We had an answer.
You're trying to pick between two people that you think would make a mockery of our country. Which I don't think that would cause more destruction. Donald Trump would try to run this country like a business,
Well, yeah.
And this country's all about, he wants to, bring the economy back,
But he also wants to make business deals with Russia.
I don't know what to say about that there, as far as...
I don't know which way that's...
I don't know. I don't think Russians are all bad people. Like I said, they have their own thing they do with how they elect their president or
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, But the thing is, we got to worry about what's going on in our country, and we should have a military, but to protect people from natural disasters, people who are hungry, if they need protection from gangs, But yeah, this is pretty much some of the stuff we're going to be talking about as future videos come out. You might want to tell them some more about what you want to talk about.
What I want to talk about is, and I know that a lot of people already know this, and some people turn a blind eye to it, but we are being robbed blind.
And that's the thing with this government, they want you to stay shut. And they want you to be docile and just bend to their will. And that's what they're doing. They're brainwashing Americans. They're brainwashing us.
They basically just want, how did George Carlton say it? They want obedient workers, people who are smart enough to just run machines, but they don't want people to speak out.
Right.
They want to say that they're here for us, but when we have a problem and we want to speak out, it's like, oh, you can't talk about that.
And that's the thing. We need to do that. Until this country can get itself back in order, I am not going to vote. I never will. And people are going to say, well,
It's going to
you
be a lot
should
until
vote
that happens.
because your voice makes a difference. No, it really doesn't make a difference by going to a ballot room. What makes a difference is what we're doing now, trying to get this word out there to you guys. So you guys understand that what's going on here is horrible, and that we're in a dictatorship, and that we're all being tricked.
And when elections are being rigged, how does your voice matter?
Right. But
It doesn't.
But this is what we're going to talk about for the weeks to come. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for viewing.
Thank you, guys. We'd love to hear from you.